Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Turnabout Podcast. I'm your co host, Jar Jar Binks.
And I'm Padme.
Are you?
I am.
That's awesome, I suppose. And
That's a good
also,
one.
it is a good one. And also, spoiler alert for this episode,
Spoiler alert on Trials and Tribulation. Oh, and probably more.
and probably the whole franchise,
Yes, knowing us.
knowing us.
Mm,
Oh, to insanity. Um, so today we'll be discussing Trials and Tribulations interview style. If you've been following our recent series, you know that we've been covering every game in the series, and it's time to cover not Turnabout, Trials and Tribulations. But before we do that, it's time for our weekly featured artist. And this week we are featuring the work of We.
we.
We?
We.
We. Um, I'll just say it to get it out of the way. I want to make mad love to Wee's work. I want to have sex with it.
Amazing. That's an amazing
That is a bold statement.
statement. You wanna have you wanna
Yeah,
make love? Do you wanna be making love and fuck is two different things. Do you wanna make love or do you wanna fuck it?
both.
Okay. Would you be in a committed relationship with her work?
Absolutely.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Uh, yeah, that's Turnabout Podcast in a nutshell, basically.
Amazing. See you next week,
Yes.
guys. Thank you for listening to this
Goodbye.
episode. Bye.
So, okay, enough goofing around because this is honestly amazing work. This is
Amazing, yeah.
amazing work. Um, what do you think?
It's brilliant. It's so good. I think it's such a unique style.
I
It
know.
definitely completely twists the kind of style we're used to seeing for Ace Attorney. It's so well, those look like fucking paintings. This is amazing. This is giving me the Kiss by Klimt painting vibes.
That's exactly what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
like the one, I think my favorite one is the one with Francisca, and where
Oh
the old
yeah,
background is like gold. I was like, wow, this should be hanged in a museum. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Amazing.
It's it reminded me of The Kiss by Gustav Klimt. It
Yeah.
reminded me of Van Gogh's work, like the
Yeah,
blending of
definitely like
colors.
impressionism, all that stuff.
Yeah,
It's
and it
an
also reminded me a lot of one of my favorite comics. It's an Arkham Asylum comic. It's a Batman comic, and the cover is so good. I'll try to put it up on screen
mm,
if I find it. I don't remember exactly the name, but it reminded me of that, like the art style. It's the clash of colors is so
amazing.
intense.
Yeah.
It's like this isn't like really. I mean, it is fun art, but if we're describing the style, it exits the realm of fun art and enters the realm of
Definitely. Of
fine
art.
art.
Yeah.
Yeah, art. This is painting, and she creates them. She uses
It's
uh,
amazing.
Procreate, which is what I use.
Mm.
But baby, let me tell you, I didn't know this was even possible on Procreate.
What's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite. Um, Her most recent post is Black Quill.
Is it the one with the falcon?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
If you look at it closely in the background, there's the bird,
Mm.
and he just like I've never even thought about Black Quill if we're
Yeah.
not talking about him, and this just like gave breath,
Yeah.
like it gave a breath of life to this
The look
character,
in
which
his eyes, it's so soft and it's so innocent. I
I
love
know.
it.
Um, the other one I like is Edgeworth holding the scales and the sword over his eyes. It's the red one.
Oh yeah.
That is
Mm,
excellent work as
the
well. Like him
colors.
him getting blended into the background and
Yeah,
it being intense red,
amazing.
fuchsia, pink, and orange. This is such good work. I'm so happy we found Ui. I hope we're not butchering her name.
She's brilliant. The whole
She
sort
is
of theme
brilliant.
of Phoenix as the sun and Edward as the moon,
Yes.
so beautiful. She also has some Legend of Zelda stuff.
Yes, she did Lady Riju and
Amazing.
Urbosa. Urbosa is my favorite character from that
I love
game.
Urbosa. I was gonna say that like that part of Breath of the Wild was my favorite part. The
Yeah.
Gerudo village is my favorite. It's the and I loved her. So it was like, ah,
She's
ah.
my favorite. Like
This
the
is like
cutscenes with Urbosa,
mm,
I was just we need more.
we want more.
And they made her a playable character
Yeah.
in that new game.
Yeah, what is it? Is it
Uh, Um,
fight? I don't know. Battle?
Calamity Warriors
Yeah. It was something to
or
do with
something.
war.
Yeah.
Also, can we briefly discuss claviers with a shaved head?
I was just looking at that. I was glancing at it. I was like, is she gonna mention? Are we
Once
gonna have
again,
another clavier hairstyle discourse?
yes. Yeah, we had the same discourse last week uh, about Mill's art. Once again, people online are doing a better job at making me interested in claviers than Capcom. Like him
Um,
with a shaved head and that
yes.
suit.
The
Harry
suit.
Styles who?
Okay, I hope this doesn't come across as forced because I swear on my life
Mm.
I didn't think of this just for the sake of saying it, but when I saw the suit and the tattoo of the sun on his hand,
Yeah.
it reminded me of the first live action Scooby-Doo movie. Once again, we're
Once
discussing an
every
artist.
episode, there is a Scooby-Doo discourse.
The Scooby-Doo discourse is
This
a
should be a
curse.
Scooby-Doo themed
It's a curse.
podcast.
It's a curse.
Is
Um,
it, or is it a blessing
it
in disguise? Because
it
we
is a
love
blessing.
Scooby-Doo.
Hmm.
I
Thank you.
remember, like, when I met you and we're roommates, and I kind of didn't really know what your deal was. And I looked at your story. It was just you ranting about Scooby-Doo for like
The one I
30.
sent you.
Yeah, the one you sent me. And I was just like, oh my god, do I like him? Like, because I love Scooby-Doo as well. So I was like, good taste.
I went into my archive the other day and found a 9-story
Mm. It
series
was very detailed.
on my Instagram describing why James Gunn's movie Scooby-Doo movie shouldn't be hated and that it's underappreciated.
Mm.
And I honestly thought I was insane when I was looking at that.
I mean, that's also the vibe I got, but also very passionate, and I kind of like that.
Unhinged.
Unhinged, definitely.
Unhinged energy.
It was so
But
funny
yeah,
because
he
I
looks like.
barely knew you, and I was just like, this was my introduction to your character. But
Yeah.
this is a very telling story, and I think it reflected your character appropriately.
It did reflect
Mm.
my character appropriately.
Should we go back to the art
Yes,
instead of having another Scooby-Doo discourse, or do you want to
yes,
explain why this reminded you of Scooby-Doo?
that's what I was gonna say. When I saw it, it reminded me of the attire the people are wearing in that movie on the
Mm.
island. Did you ever see
Mm.
it? Did you
I
ever watch
have
it?
not, but I've seen those. I know. I'm a What's New Scooby-Doo fan, and I am a Mystery Incorporated girl, but I've
Which we
not seen the live
actually,
action.
went ahead and watched
Yes!
last week after
We're looking
recording.
for something to watch, and we're like, do you want to watch Scooby-Doo? We're like, yes. But I've seen loads of Daphne's outfit from that film, and she does
Hmm.
wear some great purple look, and kind of in a
Yeah.
similar shade, so it makes sense.
And Sarah Michelle Gellar
Mm,
rocks that all of the outfits, of
yeah.
course, like the go-go boots.
Yeah.
They're so good,
I
and
know.
I love her. Because she was Buffy the Vampire Slayer as well. That's my favorite show. But enough.
Enough Scooby-Doo
We're going
discourse. We
too
are
much.
like so impressed by your work, ouiouhie.
Yes, sorry if
And
we're jumping from tangent to tangent,
yeah,
going down the rabbit hole. We are amazed by your work.
yeah, we love it. I want this should be framed somewhere.
Yes. Oh, do you want to buy Prince? I don't know if she sells.
The Francisca one is like gorgeous. I wouldn't know which one I want to buy. If I were to buy one,
Oh, I definitely buy Edgeworth as Moon. That's
I could get
that's just
Phoenix as Sun.
we could
Oh my
get
god,
one
that
and
would be so
one.
cute. Ouiouhie, please do Prince. And we'll
Does
get
she? I
them.
think. I hope she does.
Oh my god, I'll definitely get Phoenix as Sun if you get Edward as Moon.
Okay.
We love
Oh,
you.
this is perfect. We'll discuss this after the recording. But thank you so much for agreeing to be featured on the podcast. And anyone who's
Yes.
listening, please go show all of your support. We'll
Yes.
link
She's
all
such an
of.
amazing artist. You won't regret it.
We'll link everything below, and please go follow and like. And if she does prints, buy yourself one because it honestly would look so cool in your room.
I'm thinking,
What?
what if like I'm not familiar with prints, but it's like you can it's just for paintings. Like it's just what if we had t-shirts of it? You know?
And wear them
Yes.
like me, Moon, and you, Sun,
Yes.
which is actually a pretty accurate depiction
Yeah. I was gonna
of
say that.
us.
Yeah. I think we should do that. That's what I was thinking about. This is
Oh, I'm
all
so
coming
happy we're best
together.
friends.
BFF, bestie Aris.
Bestie Lucy, bestie
Wee
Padme,
wee.
wee wee,
Bestie wee wee. You're
baguette.
part of the trio now, wee wee. Okay. This week's
So,
episode.
this week's episode will be Trials and Tribulations,
Yes.
and I have my questions ready.
I have two.
Do you?
Yeah.
How many are there this week?
There are 11.
And please give me the correct number this
There are
time.
11.
11.
11.
Would you like to go first?
Sure.
You can go first.
Okay.
Oh, I added a note actually over my questions. This is something I thought of when I was writing them yesterday. I also have a huge zit behind my left ear when it hurts.
Thank
like
you
an
for saying this to our viewers.
Yeah, I'm
This
sorry,
is
guys.
important
It hurts like
information.
an asshole. Okay.
Do you sound
So
in pain?
I am in
Should
pain.
I be concerned?
No, I'll try to destroy it after this recording.
Okay.
Lots of stuff to do after this recording.
Loads of
So
thinking.
here's what I wrote. I don't really remember it. Oh, I was looking at the wiki for an insight on one of the questions, and I there's a note that says that in his office, Damon Gunt has a safe where he hides in some stuff, and the safe is from Kane Bullard Security from the Stolen Turnabout.
Huh.
Isn't
That's
that
interesting.
insane? That's
So,
insane.
like, they reused an element from the first game
And
for the
and,
third.
and built upon it.
That
Like
is
they
so
made a whole
cool.
case out of it.
That is so
I
cool.
was shocked. I didn't even know it.
Yeah, me neither. I never pieced the two together.
And
Amazing.
basically, I said Damon Gunt had a KB security safe in his office? Question marks. And then I wrote, because I don't remember this, Rise from the Ashes being perhaps the most aesthetically pleasing case because it represents the city of Tokyo better than any other case which tackles a city, such as the Grand Turnabout, which tries to blend in the suburbs as well, or Turnabout Corner, which is so bland. or even Recipe for Turnabout, which gives each location so much character that it feels a bit divided. Random thoughts and a rant, but yeah, I do remember this now because I think like we give it a lot of shit. We give Rise from the Ashes a lot of shit, and it doesn't really deserve it.
That do make sense. Like it gives a good impression of the police department,
Yeah.
like the prosecutor's office. Like it is true.
And the opening cutscene is a circular shot of the city and thunder strikes, and then the two windows zoom in and it's the murder, and
Yeah.
it's like a simultaneous murder. That's the point. Um, yeah, I think we give Rise from the Ashes a lot of shit, which
Justice
doesn't
for
really
Rise of
deserve.
the Ashes.
Justice for Rise of the Ashes. And yeah, that's what I have to say. It was basically
Okay.
just a note on location.
I do agree, and I also have a note to make. You know this, but to our viewers, Aris and I have discovered through the account Ace Attorney Facts, isn't it?
Yes.
That all of Justice for All was written while drunk.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing? And it makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot
It
of sense.
explains the appearance of Jeffree Star.
Oof. And that marriage. We actually wanted to feature that account coming up. So maybe if we DM them and they agree, we can have them on the podcast.
We'll try to shout out to
But yeah, they have super interesting facts like how Gumshoe in early drafts of Spirit of Justice was supposed to be the game's detective.
That would have been so. I mean, I don't know.
Disastrous.
Yeah, because
That
I was
would
like,
be a bad
I
choice.
really wanted to see Gumshoe back, but not in Spirit of Justice.
Not in Spirit of Justice.
Yeah.
We'll link that account below. And of course, we'll ask if they're down with being featured. But anyway, let's get on to this week's episode. We've spent long enough. As it is, go ahead, ask the first question.
So, my first question is, this is a game with a lot of villains. In your opinion, who is the most evil?
The most evil or my favorite?
The most evil, not your favorite.
Oh, it has to be Dahlia. She's by definition evil, incarnate. She killed her own sister.
Oh
What?
yeah, half sister.
She killed her own stepsister. She killed her own family and then returned as an angry spirit, fueled by basically evil. That's it. What is your answer?
I was gonna say Morgan Fay. She's technically a villain in that game. And for me, like, Dahlia is just a child without love. Like, she's never been loved by anyone. She's an emo teen. But Morgan Fay, like, she abandoned her daughters and then tried to, like, get her niece, like, killed. And it's insane. Like, she's so evil. Like, Dahlia could be potentially a victim. You know what I mean? Because of her childhood and stuff. But Morgan Fay, there's no redeemable quality.
I'm not sure about that, babes.
My love for Dahlia protects her.
Yeah, I'm not sure because
someone who dresses so well cannot be that evil.
No, that's not true. I mean, look at me.
I'm making a disgruntled face.
Shut up. You're basically saying Satan's not that evil. Like, he was thrown out from Eden by God, so he was just neglected.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Dahlia is for sure evil. When it comes to who's the most evil, I think it's Morgan Fay because.
But she's not even shown in the game.
But she's the mastermind behind all of this.
No, she's not the mastermind. She's not the mastermind.
She is.
She's a mastermind on paper, like technically, but Dahlia had some full authority at times, like killing Dax Swallow wasn't orchestrated by Morgan Fay.
Yeah, Dahlia is a psychopath. For sure. She's evil. But I think Morgan Fay is more evil.
Okay.
A very debateful first question.
Well, my answer is look at me then.
Perfect. That hairstyle is a crime.
It is a crime. Especially after Horace Knightley made it look so good
Yes.
on his head.
Yes.
Perfect. So here's my first question. Mine are very non-basic this week. I struggled to find some good questions.
Okay.
I said there's a definite sense of coming full circle throughout the entire game. Who do you think has the most character development in the first trilogy?
That is a good question.
Thank you. I'm not gonna brag about my questions this week because they're not that good.
Excellent.
I had a really hard time. Because with this game, I feel like everything is out in the open. Like, even someone who isn't so analytical, like, will catch up on the themes and motifs. Like, it doesn't have to be spelled out for them. They're like, oh, it did come full circle. This is like a brilliant end to the trilogy.
I think the quintessential part of it coming full circle is Ellig's Dachshund character.
Yeah.
The final victim being Maya's and Mia's mom is so brilliant, and this case tying everything together. But for me, the person who has the most character development is Phoenix. I think by the end, you feel like he's a full-fledged adult. He starts the game being I'm pretty sure he starts the trilogy being 24 and ends being 26. And I feel like you really see him mature. And when he catches, the final thing, when he catches Godot, you feel like this is a lawyer. And I've seen grow up in front of my eyes. What about you?
Honestly, it has to be Phoenix, but I also want to mention that I was thinking about this answer when I was writing the question. I was like, is it Maya or Edgeworth? Edgeworth definitely has he defends someone.
Yeah.
He acts as a defense attorney.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. And that just really shows how he's matured as a prosecutor and as a human being. But that being said, the investigations games took it a step further.
Definitely.
Especially Investigations 2, which saw him losing his badge and getting it back right at the end. And I think the exposition and the character development Investigations 2 showed kind of takes away from Trials and Tribulations. Whereas with Maya, she started as a defendant, watching her sister get murdered.
And she finished as a defendant, watching her mother get murdered.
Yeah, and I want to say her story comes full circle, but as for character development, not so much.
Definitely. And even with the way she was treated in Spirit of Justice, same character. There's no growth. I'm not saying that there should be, she's an excellent character.
She is.
And sometimes there's no need for character development, but there wasn't for Maya. Her story...
It's not that she didn't have any, though.
It was, I think... There was definitely more character development in Trials and Tribulations compared to Spirit of Justice. I feel like Spirit of Justice was a setback in her maturity.
True. But I think, her her starting off that game, the first game that way, and then getting on a train and leaving, and
Mm.
then in the end of the second game, getting abducted, and in the third game, just battling with ghosts and her like looking and just facing the consequences and the well, just the whole situation of her mother getting killed after her sister got killed and her father run away. That takes that takes a lot of strength.
Yeah.
So I do feel like she does have some character development. It's not that much. So yeah, my answer is Phoenix.
Mm.
And that's because I'm thinking of how he handled Recipe for Turnabout.
Yeah.
I spoke about this 2 weeks ago.
The bluff.
The bluff with Hiro Tigre. That's when I was like, okay, he stopped being a rookie and
Yeah.
now he's a full-on lawyer, and that's why he was ready to take on Bridge to Turnabout.
Definitely.
And also, I think it was kind of like a brilliant decision showing us how he used to be in the first case.
That is so true.
Because for people who were playing it at the time, it was like 2 or 3 years apart from the first game. And you weren't like, you could kind of like be reminded of how much of a rookie he used to be, but the flashbacks of him being Mia's defendant, it kind of like really reinforced how he used to be and how he's become. Like giving his badge to Edgeworth, managing to trap Furo Tigre, everything.
That is very true.
His story kind of ended.
Mm-hmm. Full circle.
Full circle. The definition of full circle. What is your next question?
My next question is, we often talk crap about the Desiree Rondelite couple. Who would be a believable partner for Desiree in your opinion?
You know what's coming.
I don't. You? Is it you?
Come on, I thought you knew.
Oh no. No. Not him.
I saw your face and I thought you knew.
I think you could I didn't.
Say it.
The bellboy.
Yes. I love him. In all seriousness, a worthy partner for Desiree would be Francisca.
Ooh, nice.
Fact.
Nice.
It is. It's just a fact.
A fact. That's a fancy
it's just
fact.
that they're both kind of like alpha personalities that I don't know if they'd match that well. Whereas with Adrian Andrews, her being more submissive, I think Francisca was a better match. What do you think?
I was gonna say Damon Gaunt. Could you imagine a couple Desiree Damon Gaunt? The power couple.
Where did that come from?
The sexiness. I think I was looking through your tier list and their color palette kind of matches because Desiree is yellow with her hair and red and he's orangey. I imagine her with an older man.
This is such a pleasant surprise.
And I think Damon Gaunt and her could be a cute couple.
Okay.
Not a cute couple, a hot couple.
A hot couple, definitely. They'd be so hot.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking that if Desiree was older and male and uglier, she would be Blaze the Best. Rides motorcycles, wears red leather.
If she was older, a male, and uglier,
yeah,
says a lot about Blaze the Best.
Facts. And an asshole.
Yeah, and had a weird beard. And was gross.
Beyond gross. Sweaty, wig
Moist.
beard.
Mm.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Exactly. But yeah, red leather on a motorbike. That's
Seems
basically
familiar.
it does. And they're in the same game.
True.
Amazing.
Amazing.
So yeah. My question, my turn. I said, do you wish we could see more of Misty Faye slash Elise? I won't attempt to say her fake last name because I always fail. Or do you think her untimely murder made Bridge to Turnabout even better and reflected on Mia's untimely death?
I do wish we could have seen more of her,
Mm.
but the way they handled her character was so perfect. I don't want to change anything because I do think it works perfectly as it is. We do see a bit of her, and she has some interaction with Pearl. She teaches her to start to read. She was such a sweet character.
She was such a sweet character.
I loved her even before knowing was Maya's mom. I was just like, oh, I love her. She's so artistic and nice and warm. I just wish she could have talked to Maya, that's my only regret. But
Yeah.
it's a nice mirror to Mia because we spent so little time with her and then find out later kind of her worth. So, yeah. What about you? What do you think?
That's a good answer. I think we shouldn't have seen more of her. It made her death so much more impactful. But I do wish her dialogue with Pearls would be replaced with some Maya dialogue.
That would have been amazing.
Well, like Pearl, whatever. We don't see her again until the aquatic turnabout, and then it never happens again. So, what was that about? I mean, have Maya talk to her mother, even if she doesn't know who she is at that moment. It would be really sweet if, like, Elise slash Misty inserted some innuendo about her being her mom, like clever, you know. Oh, that would be so sweet. And here are some thoughts on Elise I thought while you were talking. Based on the stuff you said. I really like how in the first game we get this relationship between sisters which are so different yet so close to each other, and then we have two more parallels, Misty and Morgan. They will never be like that. They would never be like that. And Dahlia and Iris.
That is very true. There is a theme of sisterhood.
A theme of sisterhood, Turnabout sisters. And also, I really like how that antithesis is so nicely established, how Morgan was so evil in the second game. She tried to imprison how old was Maya in the second game?
18.
Basically a teenager.
Yeah.
A teenager going on to be an adult. She tried to imprison her and frame her for murder. Whereas Misty her cover is a children's book author. That just speaks volumes to me in terms of character.
I'd love to be her. I think I kind of would like to write children's book.
Same. And animate them.
Yeah.
Illustrate them.
Like, I want to be her. She's so cool. She's the best.
Like, she was so good with children, and even her relationship with her niece, it created, stark contrast with Morgan.
I thought you were tearing up.
No,
It's okay.
My stomach. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree.
Nice. What's your next question?
My next question was, Larry is in 2 cases that game.
Yeah.
In Stolen Turnabout and in Bridge to Turnabout. Do you think it was necessary? If not, pick your favorite and choose another character to replace him in the other.
I mentioned this before. Absolutely not. He was
Mm.
not meant to be in the Stolen Turnabout. Um, that was such a throwaway
Mm.
role. I think they should have created a new character. Not even bring in again Wendy Oldbag. I mean, we've had enough at this
Yeah.
point. And she was in the first game and the second game and Investigations 1 later on. Honestly, if I had to bring someone else in, to be a security guard at Bullard Security, I don't even know who it'd be. Like, someone, like maybe Mike Mickens as
Mm.
a just a completely minor character who I wouldn't get mad if like was underused. If the role was a bit altered, if it was like a consultant instead of a security guard,
Mm.
I could say Emma Sky.
Mm. That could be really fun.
Because I was thinking today, um, I, I had a nap, and I was thinking before I fell asleep that the first time Emma encounters Maya is in Spirit of Justice. That's insane.
Oh, that's so weird. It doesn't feel right.
And it of course it doesn't feel right. And
Mm.
also it feels like we didn't get enough interactions between them.
Mm.
And she as much as I don't like to admit it, she was an important part of Phoenix's character development,
Yeah,
Emma.
definitely.
And she shows up in Apollo and isn't really used well or treated well. So yeah.
Mistreatment of Emma Sky.
Essay coming up on Tumblr.
Yes.
What about
Amazing.
you?
I don't think it was necessary. Sometimes I even forget he was in the Stolen Turnabout. He's so
Thank
forgettable.
you. Thank you.
I definitely love his part in Bridge of to Turnabout. I think it's great.
Mm,
So I would pick that. And to replace him, I thought of Windy Old Bag, because of course.
mm.
I love
And
the
she
MS
is
Sky.
mentioned.
Yeah, she's
It
mentioned.
is set up.
Like, I love the MS Sky idea because it's like, could you imagine her like as a summer intern studying like how to forensic kind of like it
Mm,
could be so much fun. It could be great. I was
yeah.
thinking, um, if it's that small of a character, I would rather have Maggie Birds there and someone
Oh,
else in Recipe for Turnabout.
perfect.
Mm.
And it fits better if she was working at the police and left.
Yeah,
It makes more sense that she
like
become a
something
security guard
related. Yeah,
instead of a waitress.
exactly. Exactly my
I'm also
point.
thinking now, since your answer was so smart, what if the security guard was Ron Delight?
Oh, that would have been good. That would have been like a nice plot point.
Yeah.
That would have been so cool. Like maybe meeting. I wished like, what if we'd met him before he's accused or before something
Yeah.
happens? It would have been great. Yeah.
Oh, we are such good writers.
We are geniuses, actual geniuses. Look at
This
us.
podcast is just a circle jerk.
Yeah, of course.
Dream blunt rotation.
Yes.
Me and you.
It was Agatha all along.
It was Agatha all
It was
along.
Agatha all along.
Yeah.
Can you believe it, guys?
My next question is actually something very similar to yours.
Mm?
I said, just plain and simple, choose a character to replace Adrian Andrews in Stolen Turnabout.
Ooh, excellent.
Because her being there doesn't make sense.
Yeah, she should be in jail,
She
first of
should be in
all.
jail for tampering with a crime scene, and she's
She
wasted.
should be in a cottage with Franziska. Making
Thank you.
pie.
Yes.
She does not belong in a museum. Uh, tell me what you thought so I have time to think.
I didn't think.
No thoughts? Okay, let me pull up the tier list.
No thoughts, head
What
empty.
about April May? I've missed her. It could be fun. Like she could be a good. I could see her as a like museum person.
Did April May get arrested in Turnabout Sisters
Um,
for being an accomplice?
Yeah, but it would make sense that she's out of prison because the game happened a long time, like before Adrian's Andrew. You know, like Adrian's Andrew is supposed to be in jail. If those two people are both in jail, April May would get out quicker.
I'm not
That's
sure
not
about
my
that
final
answer.
answer. I'm just looking at the tier list. Norma de Plume would be a great person.
Norma de Plume would be an excellent match. Again, it's such a throwaway role.
It could have been a great new character.
Yeah.
Like a super artistic person.
And oh, I had thought of an answer.
Oh, tell me.
Vera Misham.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I
Right.
hate her.
But definitely like a shy artist.
I hate her. But if she was introduced and stolen and then brought back in the
Definitely.
next game
That would have
as
been
a
great.
defendant,
But isn't she like 4?
oh, well, maybe she could be.
Maybe it could be her dad.
No, I don't like him. I don't like her either, but I think it would
Yeah.
make her a more sympathetic defendant if it was a returning character.
Yeah, definitely.
How is that? It's a 7 years a time jump, right?
Yeah.
So if she was 4,
I think she's 18, so she might have been like 11 or something.
well, she could be 18 and stolen and
Yeah.
then be 25. That wouldn't change.
That is very true. But yeah, I think for me, Norma de Plume could be cool. I was also thinking Maya's mom. I
Oh,
could totally see her working at a museum. She has that very sweet and caring vibe, and I think she loves art. She's an artiste. I think she would be great.
actually, I've thought of applying for a job at a museum many times.
Really?
Yeah, as a curator or like a handler.
Amazing. I think it would suit you.
Same.
Brilliant. Brill. My next question is also very related to your last question.
Perfect.
It's just replace Maggie Bird as a defendant in case 3. Just get her out of here.
Honestly, ever since our victims episode, I haven't stopped thinking about Glenn Elg wearing that waitress costume
Amazing.
and prancing around Trebian in a thong.
A look. An
I just added the
appropriate
thong part.
daytime look.
Yes, I added the thong part. Just last minute changes. But yeah, Glenn Elg.
Glenn Elg.
Glenn Elg and I mean, if it wasn't a new character, Glenn Elg and Maggie Bird could be the victim. I couldn't care less.
I can see that.
Or Emma Skye.
Ooh.
But it'd be kind of like even further mistreatment if she didn't get like continue with her forensics and became a waitress.
Also, she's so young. Victor Kudo lusting over her.
Victor Kudo. Glenn Elg isn't young.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Thank you for bringing that up, Diane.
Yeah, Victor Kudo. Where is that reference from? When I was editing another episode, I heard it and I was like, wait, I'm not Diane.
I'll send you the video.
Where is it from?
It's from this girl on TikTok that does really accurate imitation, like impersonation, and she did that coworker you hate on Zoom, and she was like, "Thank you, Diane. That's a really good point." It's an excellent video. I'll send it to you.
That's exactly how my society meetings from the uni sound.
Perfect.
Um,
Real.
oh shit, I hope they never listen to this.
Yeah. I don't think you will. Don't
No,
worry.
they won't.
Don't
Um,
worry.
yeah, they have bird brains. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh my god. You can cut this.
No, I won't.
Another censored moment.
I won't bleep it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
risk taker.
I am
If
I am intrigued by the Glenelg idea.
yes, thanks for cutting me off. I was about to say if I was a seam, one of my traits would probably be Daredevil.
Thank you.
And it's the animation of him picking up dirt and eating it. Of the
That
sim.
defines you. I think that's something you do every day.
Eat dirt.
Yeah.
I love eating dirt.
Yeah. The little crunchy worms.
Yes. So, yes, Glen Elginathon is my final answer. What do you think?
I was thinking Kay Faraday because I thought it
Ooh.
would be interesting having a thief and John Armstrong being a kleptomaniac. I think could create like some interesting plot points, like Clay claiming that she stole it or something like that. But I was looking at your tier list. We kind of already have a very cool waitress, Olga Orly.
True.
She would be so cute.
That's
And I
true.
think she won't take shit from Victor Kudo. I think she'd kick him in the face if he tried to
And
like
we
do
could,
anything.
again, we could get a cross time jump origin
Yeah.
story. She does show
Maybe
up.
like because of we maybe she's the one who helped Phoenix got his job after he lost his license because he defended her. Like, could be an interesting plot point.
Oh, Olga Orly is such a good answer.
I love
And
her.
and Kay Faraday is also a good answer. We need more Kay
We
Faraday.
need more Verde.
She's one of my favorite
And she's never
characters.
interacted with Phoenix nor Maya, which is a shame.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to destroy that. We've missed like I mean, I was expecting at least something wow from Apollo and Athena meeting Maya in Spirit of Justice and nothing happened.
Yeah.
They were just there.
Okay. It was
I
very
need to
bleh.
revise. Do you have my tier list
Yeah.
in front of you? Is Kay Faraday in the top list? Top tier?
Kay Faraday isn't. She's an
She needs to be.
amazing. She
I
is.
need to revise. I need to revise that list.
Perfect.
Because I remember I placed Jennifer Woods high as well.
Yeah, I remember seeing that and being quite dumbfounded.
Yeah, shook.
Shook to my core.
Shook to the core, Jennifer Woods edition. My next question is, oh, this is a mouthful. That's what she said. The final case is a culmination of 3 games. Do you think the background story and lore could have been established better? We got a subtle nod to Crane Village in Stolen with the urn of Amy Faye, but Morgan Faye wasn't mentioned. Do you think Morgan Faye could have been mentioned in this game, or have the twins be mentioned in Justice for All, or even the first game?
Yes.
Thank you.
I think this game is perfect and it ties everything perfectly. My only thing is, what the fuck was those twins? We've never heard of them before. Why would Morgan Faye abandon them? It's never really explained. So I think if there was a mention of it in Justice for All, kind of a little tease that Pearls
Yeah.
may have some older sisters, and it would be relevant if she wanted to frame Maya for murder so Pearls could be the head of Karain. It would make sense to question also there are 2 other sisters who may like come back if they heard that Maya is gone. You know what I mean? Like it could create interesting tension, and I've never quite understood that plot point. So definitely yes.
Same. I agree 100%. And I think even if you play the games back to back, it still isn't the connection to Morgan Fay still isn't strong enough.
Yeah.
It's just an info dump from Bikini after the first court proceeding. And she's like, "Oh, the twins, da 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 da." Girl, where were the twins in Turnabout and Reunion? And even if you wanted to not bring them in that case, which is a perfect case to bring them in for some reason, have Maya mention them in like a throwaway comment in Turnabout Samurai, for example, after you get to know her.
Yeah.
Maybe Phoenix would tell her like, "Are you handling Mia's death okay?" And she'll be like, "Oh yeah, my cousins are there." Like something like that.
Yeah.
Like it felt kind of like a stretch. Like
It felt like, like it felt a little like, oh, you didn't know they're actually twins all
yeah.
along. And kind of like, huh? But my question
And
is, did Maya know they were twins? Or were
true.
she hid, like, were
True.
they hidden?
True. Because they I mean Maya and Pearl could be excused about for not knowing who these people are because they were both sent away at a young age. Both Iris and Dahlia.
Yeah.
But Morgan could have mentioned it. Morgan, here's the issue. Morgan isn't well established in the first place. She doesn't take the stand in Turnabout and Reunion. And she's just a malevolent presence. She's just like a pain in the ass during the investigations. Like we never see her getting carted off to jail. She's just like, yeah, she's just an obstacle, and then it's just mentioned when she's arrested. She's not shown.
Yeah,
So I
definitely.
think if you're going to make her the big mastermind in the third game, at least establish her better in the second game and maybe even the first game. And in the third game, show her.
Yeah, for sure.
Just talk about her even more if you
Go
have
to
to.
prison, see her.
Yeah. And you have see I said that Maya and Pearl would be excused if they didn't know who Dahlia and Iris are. But Mia, being older, would probably know. So Mia going head to head against her cousin in the first case and
Yeah,
second case, in the first and fourth case,
that would
that,
be interesting.
yeah, yeah. And they didn't use it to their
That could
advantage.
have been such an important, like, plot point.
I never thought of it that way, by the way. Like she's going against her cousin unknowingly.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
I mean, if she's older than Dahlia and Iris,
Yeah.
wouldn't more Misty have told her, "Oh, you have a cousin"?
Yeah, they would have seen her pregnant.
Yeah.
Loads of things to think about.
Yeah.
Food for thoughts. Yeah, it is a bit fishy.
What's your next question?
My next question was, so we've recast Stolen Turnabout and we've recast Recipe for Turnabout. So pick one character to add in the final case.
In Bridge?
In Bridge.
Like an extra role?
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe that case has a lot of characters as it is. But maybe introduce an extra nun or a head nun
Ooh.
in the Asakura temple, and that could be like Queen Garen,
That would be so cool. Queen Garen
like
in training.
as a head nun,
Mm.
a foreign head nun who's just come to visit and isn't a witness, but just like a minor character who just happens to be there.
And then bam, she comes back.
The murder happens and she leaves, and then she turns out to be a queen.
Yeah. Like in the Princess Diaries.
And again, then you would have it tie into the theme of sisters with Queen Amara.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a really good answer. I was thinking, now that we've talked about it, there was room for Morgan Fay to appear as well.
Yeah.
In that case.
Yeah.
So I think my answer is going to be Morgan Fay. We need some explanation. You have some explaining to do.
Yeah.
You do not tell me what to do.
It's been a long time since we've referenced that.
You do not tell me what to do.
I kind of forgot what she says
so much. Or what? Are you gonna hit me?
What is her name?
Pooja.
Pooja, what is this behavior?
This video is amazing. Okay, let's not get sidetracked by Pooja too much.
Oh, I've missed our dynamic.
I know. I missed Pooja.
When we're together in person.
Yeah. We were just
quoting Pooja.
Yeah, that was the way we talked. That was the way we communicate.
Pooja, what is this behavior?
So,
my next question is British accent. British accent. That's horrible. Choose a location to replace with a location from the previous 2 games.
Ooh.
Put your milk in my Cocoa Puff. Milky Cocoa Puffs.
Do you have an answer?
They say I'm really sexy.
Do you have an answer?
I'm sorry if you can hear my laptop burning up, by the way.
It's okay.
I do have an answer.
Yeah, because I need to think about this whole thing.
I really don't like Vitamin Park.
I knew you were gonna say this, and I was thinking about it, but I don't know how to replace it with.
Okay, maybe Gourd Lake.
Oh, that is
like
really
the entrance.
Good answer.
Vitamin Park with Gourd Lake, or I really hate a ton of the locations from
the stolen
Turnabout, yeah, because the underground storage room reminds me too much of the parking lot from Rise from the Ashes, and the security room reminds me too much of the security room from Rise from the Ashes. So I'd definitely change it up, but I wouldn't replace it with something from the other 2 games because there's nothing of the same category. Even Lord Lee Taylor, I don't think they did a good job. Like, have some people. But here's another thought I had when I was writing this question. Replace Vitamin Park with the People's Park from Turnabout Corner.
I was thinking about that as well.
And then Turnabout Corner would be even more special if it brought back this location.
Yeah.
Because People's Park was so bland. It was just trees.
It was trees and a police officer, like a police mannequin holding the caravan. I remember that distinctly.
And outside it was a police officer
was it Mike Meekins?
No.
It wasn't?
I don't remember so.
I don't think he was. I don't know why I remember this, but...
Mike Meekins was in Succession.
You.
Yeah. But a police officer is outside trying to hold on to a grandma. Do you remember
Mm,
that? Yeah, if they it replaced Vitamin Park with People Park or Court Lake, that would be perfect.
yeah.
What do you think?
No, no, totally
Same?
agree. I was thinking maybe it's not from the previous game, but the warehouse in Turnabout, the stolen Turnabout. You know what I mean? Where we
Yeah.
found the urn and everything. What if it was more like the storage room in Investigation 2, where there's all these amazing memories and all of the
Yes.
thing from cases? Like, that could be so cool.
And
And
as a third
because,
game,
yeah, it will be like
hmm,
it's the final game. We could go to a trip down memory lane. I think that would be nice.
yeah. Or if we're talking about aesthetic and going for the same thing that you're talking about, maybe Archie Buff's house.
Ooh, yeah.
It had a view.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah, I think the turnabouts, stolen turnabouts locations are pretty shit.
mm,
Ooh, now I remembered Luke Adme's office again.
yeah.
Yeah,
You need some Marie Kondo in your life. This place was packed.
definitely. Perfect. What's your next question?
My next question is, we know it's our favorite game from the first trilogy, slash, from the whole series. It is for me. I know it's a close thing with Investigation 2 for you. Do you think it has some weaknesses?
That's a really hard question.
Mm,
But you do know that, unlike you, I do have an issue with this game, and that is the stolen turnabout.
yeah.
Apart from some of the story elements which I'd tweak a bit, such as the establishing of the background story and lore even better, which we've discussed
Mm,
with Morgan Fay. I really don't like the stolen turnabout. I wish it could be replaced with another case.
mm,
But yeah, that's it. Like the
yeah,
other cases are so good.
definitely.
Oh, and maybe Godot's misogynist line.
Yes, of course. Worst part of that game for me. Yeah. No, definitely, I agree. I think that's a really good point. Like, for me, Turnabout, the stolen Turnabout is definitely the worst case out of that game. It is annoying and it could be
I'm so
better.
happy.
But for
I'm
me,
s- I'm so happy you agree with me because
yeah,
not many people agree with me in
I
that. And
really don't like it. It's so
even
forgettable. And
even you who like love this game
yeah,
and love this franchise, I was so shocked. I mean, when I met you, I was like, "Oh, she doesn't like it as well. That's okay. That must be like a popular opinion." It's a really unpopular opinion.
mm,
I don't like it.
I remember playing it and feeling like unsatisfied because the explanation was so complicated. And even
Yeah.
myself, I was like struggling to grasp it. I just I saw Inception the other day. Inception was easier to understand than The Stolen Turnabout. That's the final message. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, I do agree with that, and I think the twins thing could have been established and explained
Mm,
better.
mm, yeah.
So and yeah, but it doesn't have loads of weakness for me. It's probably my favorite video game of all time.
Okay.
Mm,
Perfect. My next question number 6. Yes or no questions, and you have to answer quickly.
okay, rapid
Do you think
fire,
Godot, what?
rapid fire.
Rapid fire, yes or no questions.
Mm.
Do you think Godot got executed?
That's my next question.
Ah! What?
No,
No!
no.
Delusion. Convince
Yeah,
yourself.
definitely delusion. I don't want to believe it.
Okay. Do you think Phoenix and Iris ended up together?
I've I've created so much fan fiction in my head saying they do, but considering what I've seen. I want them to, and I hope they did, but I don't think so.
Perfect. Not perfect, but
Perfect.
okay.
Crushing my hopes and dreams.
Shut up. Do you think Lisa Basil is human?
Yes.
And do you think Desire Delight deserved better?
Yes.
Hard yes.
Hard yes.
Okay.
Can we discuss? I'll just go back to my go-to answer. I don't want.
Let's use your question.
My
as
next
the next
question was, do you
too.
think Godot dies?
Okay.
So what do you think?
Unfortunately, I think so.
Hmm.
Although I'm a delusional person, I have sexual fantasies about everyone I meet, and I think I'm going to get married to them.
That's not delusional at all. That's very reasonable. Most of us think that way.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm such a grounded character.
Yeah.
I think he did get executed, and honestly, the silver lining in that situation is that at least his spirit would get reunited with Mia.
With Mia, yeah. That is true. I hope so. Godot. What were your other answers for the rapid fire question?
Do you think Godot got executed? Electric chair. I'm gonna play that clip.
Electric chair.
Holy shit.
I'm shaking my head very vigorously.
Do you think Godot got executed? Yes. Do you think Phoenix and Iris ended up together? No. He was already in a long-term relationship with Edgeworth. Do you think Lisa Basil is human? Yes. I feel like when she was at a party and she was drunk and it came over her, this idea to pretend to be a robot.
Yeah.
And after that, it just stuck with her, and she's too
committed to quit.
She's too committed and embarrassed to quit, so she's just embarrassing herself at Blue Screen Co.
If I had spent 3 years pretending I was a robot, I would stick with it.
That's Lisa Basil's thing. Mm-hmm. And do you think Desire Delight deserve better? Hard yes.
Hard yes. Queen.
Perfect. So you asked your next question, which was Godot. So I'll go ahead and continue with question number 7. What would you change in order to make Trials and Tribulations the perfect game? I think we've answered this.
Yeah. More twins backstory. And so remove that fucking line. That misogynistic line.
So I'll skip it and go on to question number 8. Who did you prefer playing as and who against? Did you prefer playing as Phoenix, Mia, or Edgeworth? And did you prefer going against Godot, Payne, young Edgeworth, or Francisca? What do you think they each brought to the table for this game specifically? Lots of playable characters in this game.
Loads of playable characters. Loads of prosecutors. I think I still prefer playing as Phoenix because...
What?
Yeah. What? You don't like playing as Phoenix?
I'm shocked.
I love playing as Phoenix. The bluffing, the rookiness...
You get to play as a woman.
I like playing as Phoenix, and I'm a woman. Maya is great, but I prefer playing as Phoenix because we have so much of his backstory. It feels satisfying seeing him get better and better.
You have lots of Edgeworth and Mia's backstory.
Mia, she's already good in her last ride. Like she's exceptional. Like I don't feel like.
Excuse me.
Yeah, she's like great.
We practically have, actually not even practically. We have more backstory on Edgeworth and Mia in comparison to Phoenix.
I'm not talking about backstory, I'm talking about like growth. You've played more as Phoenix. So when you see him get better and when you continue playing as him, you have all the backstory that you have when you play him.
Whatever.
Well, that's my answer. Yours is Mia.
Mine is Mia.
I mean, it's great. I love her and I miss her every day. But I like Phoenix too. Getting heated. This will be
No.
our last episode of this podcast, as we will no longer be friends after that.
If I stuck with you after the Furio T gray, red, or orange discourse, I think we're bound to be together for life.
Okay.
Oh, and you saying that you'd prefer Diego Armando over Godot. That was
Diego Armando is hotter than Godot.
no, he's not. We're not getting into that. But
Shots are fired.
if I kept editing and being part of this podcast, after you saying that, I think we're soulmates.
Okay. And for the other part of your question, I think Francisca was, again, amazing character development. She's willing to help us. Her going against Edgeworth is amazing. Edgeworth, again, so much to grow. His friendship with Phoenix. And Godot is just like the best character. So it was an absolute delight playing against him.
So my answers are playing as Mia was my favorite, and going up against Francisca was my other favorite.
Would you
Godot,
have liked Mia versus Francisca?
Yes. Despite Godot being my favorite character from the entire series. Just Francisca's return against Edgeworth was epic.
Francisca was such a fun prosecutor.
I feel kind of blasphemous for choosing Francisca over Godot, because Godot is my favorite character, but in terms of prosecution and going against someone,
Yeah.
like the coffee thing and the music, it's all part of his character. It's not part of going against him as a prosecution. So going against Francisca, like the connotations that had and how impactful that was, her going against her father's like protege, that was epic. Like her brother in a sense.
Yeah.
And as for what they each brought to the table, I mean, Phoenix is the main character. Edgeworth, of course, is another main character who brought with him a lot of character development when he chose to defend, to be the defense attorney in Bridge. And Mia kind of like put in a lot of background story and lore, and also kind of did the heavy lifting in terms of connecting the overall story back to Green Village and the origins of the Fae clan and stuff like that. Yeah, and the prosecutors just did their thing. Apart from Francisca.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my answer.
I do understand why you feel blasphemous about choosing Francisca over Godot. I love Godot. I think I love Godot more than Francisca. But if we're talking about entertainment, I think playing against Francisca is so much fun. Because she has such an attitude, like seeing her bend her whip when you kind of beat her, it's so fun. She's a great prosecutor.
I'm so mad at you for choosing Phoenix.
I'm so mad at you for choosing Phoenix. Oh my god, get
Shut
over
up.
it, you stupid bitch.
You can choose to play as not choose, you play as someone with boobs.
That's all women are to you?
No, but that's a plus.
Oh my god. Let's move on. My next
I can't
question.
believe it.
Oh my god, get over it.
Whatever.
So fucking annoying.
Shut up. I'm not annoying. Your turn.
My next question was, what do you think happens to Iris? We've established
Uh,
she doesn't end up with Phoenix.
she either dies.
Dies!
I mean, how else do you explain it?
Dies!
Yeah, she either dies, or she decides to stay a nun, and with that package, it means no sex. So she was like, "Well, Feeny,
See you later.
um, yeah, see you later, alligator." And she went back to the Asakura temple, and I don't know, maybe died there. I'm not as big an Iris stan as you are. I'm sorry.
I don't
Oh, how
think
does
she.
that feel?
Oh, I respect other people's opinion, so I don't
Um,
care.
I,
But I don't
I
think she
don't.
died. Yeah, I can see that. Um, I don't know. I don't think she died. I think she stayed a nun. I think she's still there in a Sakura temple, just chilling with bikini. And in the time jump, she's the same age as Phoenix. So he is like 35. She'd be 35. I think she'd be chilling. But I'm still sad that we don't get to see her more. Like, we know where she is. Phoenix, go get your girl. Maybe they're secretly dating. That's a theory I support.
I think the non answer isn't a strong enough excuse.
I think
Like,
if there's
especially after
love.
those last
I
lines. Those.
know.
So she died. That's what probably happened.
No.
She fell off the. Like, maybe the Asakura temple collapsed.
No. Oh my god. Screw you.
Perfect. Um. So, my penultimate question, staying true to my other questions from previous episodes. Question number 9 is, choose a case to give to Mia Fey and one to give to Justine Courtney.
As a judge?
Yeah.
So, out of the 3 cases she isn't an attorney in. We kind of see briefly Mia in Recipe for Turnabout. I think if Recipe for...
We do.
Yeah, I think if Mia was the attorney for Recipe in Turnabout, that would be a 3 minutes long case, because Victor Kudo would just be like, here's all the information I know. And I think Fiora Tigre would be like, I bend, I bow to you, my queen. I think he would be in love.
How would he even imitate Mia
That would be
in
so
court?
interesting. That
Hiro
would be an
Tigre in
amazing
drag.
interaction. Yeah, Fiora Tigre in full drag. Amazing.
In a miniskirt and wearing like a mop for hair.
But I think Mia as the main attorney for Richard Turnabout would be amazing.
That's my answer for Mia.
Like, your mom is killed, your sister is missing, your cousin is she's the main suspect, your other cousin is the real culprit, like, and your boyfriend is the culprit. Like, amazing. Amazing. Shit show.
Yeah. What about Justine Courtney?
Justine Courtney. I'm kind of getting a stolen turnabout vibe. You know, I think she could straighten look at me. She won't take no disrespect. I think she would dye her brown. That's my statement.
Okay.
What about you?
I'd give Justin Courtney one of the flashback episodes
That's true.
because I'd like to see a woman judge go against a woman defense attorney and how she'd handle that. Yeah, like maybe she could be super strict and put Mia in her place, and Mia could be like, my first or second cases were like handled by this mega bitch, and she's just straightened me out. Yeah. So what's your next
My
question?
next question is, be honest. Would you eat/work at Trivia?
No.
No to either?
Electric chair.
Okay.
What about you?
I wouldn't eat. I would definitely work there.
Girl.
There's no client because the food is horrible. You get paid to be in a cute outfit and sit around. That's what I do most days. It's a win-win situation.
You get paid to wear a cute outfit?
I mean, not currently. But if I worked at a Tribunal, yeah, I would.
You said that's what I do every day.
I meant being in cute clothes and sitting around.
Okay.
I'm unfortunately not paid.
You unfortunately don't have an OnlyFans.
No.
Okay.
Yet. Next question.
I'm also thinking, wasn't one of your questions today who I'd replace Maggie Bird with?
Yeah.
And I said Glenn Elk, right? Also Bellboy.
Of course. That is a given.
In that outfit, I mean, come on.
I am disgusted.
So my last question, staying true to my other questions from previous episodes, is a fuck, marry, kill. And since last time was a gross edition, this time I made it extra difficult for you. Fuck, marry, kill. Godot, Iris, and Desiree.
Oh. Oh. I think my answer is gonna surprise you.
Is it or is?
Is.
Is.
I think I'd kill Iris. I know. Because I love her. I just don't want to have sex or marry her. She's too chill for me.
So you'd kill her?
Well, there's no other option in fuck, marry, kill. That's the game. And I think I'd marry Godot. He's so hot and he's so... Like, I think we could be good partners. Like, I think I'd have a nice life with him. And I'd fuck Desiree. Because she's Desiree, like, of course.
Shockingly, that's the exact same answer as I would give. I mean, if I
It's the correct answer.
It's the correct answer. If I could have Godot every day, wake up next to him, I would be the luckiest man on earth. And I get to fuck Desiree, who doesn't want that, except for Ron the Light.
Yeah.
And Iris, she can get the boot. I mean...
We love you, but with Phoenix, not with me.
Here's what happened. After the third game wrapped up, after Trials and Tribulations wrapped up, I made a deal with Satan, who in human form was Lucie. She told me, fuck, marry, kill, Godot, Iris, and Desiree. And I said, I'd marry Godot, fuck Desiree, and kill Iris. And he was like, okay, I'll give you Godot and Desiree, but you have to kill Iris. So that's what happened to Iris. In the games, I killed her. I set Asakura Temple on fire, and everyone there died.
I am first gonna prosecute you for arson. Second of all, I'm not the devil, and if I was, I would never kill Iris. That is false. Fake news. Fake news, you dirty skink.
I mean, you are kind of right. If one of us had to be the devil, guess who it'd be? The
My
one who
next-
hates children.
And has a kill list.
And has a kill list.
Very
he
important
does.
part.
A death note.
Yeah. If a death note landed tomorrow in your hand, it would be a problem. It would be an issue.
It would.
I'd be worried.
I'd run out of pages. That would happen.
Yeah.
Which isn't ever addressed in the anime, by the way. What happens when you run out of pages?
I don't think he has. You know, he's a very proactive boy.
I mean, he killed almost everyone.
Good for you, Light.
Small letters.
Small letters.
Small handwriting.
Yeah.
So what's your next question, Lucy?
My next question is also a fuck, marry, kill.
Is it your last?
No, I have 2 left.
Is it both fuck, marry, kill?
No.
Oh.
Fuck, marry, kill. Furio Tigray, Delia Hawthorne, and Look at Me. Villain edition.
Ooh. Fuck Fury Tigray. I'd.
It's a tough one, isn't it? It's so hard.
No, I'm just thinking about all the nasty things I do to him.
Tigray?
Yeah, fuck Fury Tigray, and honestly, I.
Good for you.
Yeah. I mean, he has abs.
And he is orange.
Red. He is red. Yeah. He is hot. That's undeniable.
That's not the problem, yeah.
And then the rest is easy. I'd kill Look at Me because he's hell annoying and marry Dahlia. We deserve to be together. We're both psychopaths.
Great. I am kind of frightened of how easy that was for you.
It was. I just took my time because I was thinking of all the nasty shit. But yeah, that's my answer. What about you?
Amazing. I'm happy your mind went there. I'd definitely kill Look at Me. Because I think I'd have sex with Dahlia Hawthorne and marry Fury Tigray.
Okay.
I'm scared of Dahlia Hawthorne and I think she'd murder me, so I wouldn't want that. But I think Fury Tigray would be kind of fun, having your like criminal husband doing weird shit.
Kind of what?
Fun.
Hung?
Fun. F-U-N.
I heard hung.
Hung? I mean, he is hot. He's packing as well. So
Definitely.
It's just a given.
Okay.
And
so what's your final question?
My final question is, when you played that game, did you cry? If yes, when?
I did cry right at the end, and I sent you messages of me crying in my dorm room on WhatsApp.
I was like, as I was writing this question, I was like, Jenny wondering if you'd cry. I kind of remembered that, but I wasn't sure.
I sent you pictures of me in tears, and I told you what the hell just happened. And you said, should I come over to your room? And I said, I'm taking a nap.
A well-deserved nap.
And yeah, it's just pictures of me ugly crying.
Amazing. We
What
have,
about you?
I think, yeah, I think I did. I think it's an amazing game.
Hasn't it been over a decade
Yeah,
since
but
you've
I
played it?
remember being like 11 and going to my brother after it ended and be like, I
Oh,
think it's a very normal reaction to this game. And I think like now, if I played it again, I would definitely cry because it's the end of an amazing game, but it's the end of an amazing trilogy.
yeah.
And it doesn't really necessarily like get better from there. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the last golden child. I
Yeah.
I love it. It's such an amazing game.
Well,
There's investigation too, but in the like linear process.
hmm. So on that note,
On that
tune in
note,
tune in next week when we take on the best game in the
ooh,
series.
ooh, exciting! We've officially left first trilogy territory, and we'll be going in the uncharted waters. Like I don't even see this as a trilogy. The second one,
Neither do
like it,
I.
it just feels like
Neither do I.
three individual games.
Yeah, it is.
It's so messy.
Well, maybe Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice is
Yeah,
like a pair.
slightly. But Apollo Justice, huh, meh.
Apollo Justice is its own game.
It
Um,
is definitely the trilogy of Apollo Justice as a character,
that's what I was about to say.
but not as a game.
Jesus.
Jesus. A lot
Would you
coming.
like would you like a an investigations trilogy?
Yeah, I think an investigation trilogy would make so much more sense.
Yeah,
Because it's a
it would.
different part of the game. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to see an investigation 3. Kay's all grown up.
Would you want it to be would you want it to be before or after the time jump?
Maybe after, I think he's now chief prosecutor, right?
I would have it be after as well, but I wouldn't have Edgeworth be the main character.
Ooh, who would
I'd
that be?
Kay.
Oh, that would be good.
Kay as a main character in Investigations
We
3
want
because
to see Kay.
Kay and Gumshoe
Yeah,
and maybe Edgeworth.
Edgeworth
But
as a
Edgeworth as
mentor.
like as a mentor, yeah. Because his storyline is wrapped up.
Yeah, Edgeworth as Mia.
Yes. What if Edgeworth dies in Investigations 3?
Ton ton ton.
That would get people to play it.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, thank you everyone for tuning
Thank
in.
you.
We always manage to finish 1 hour and 30 minutes with
Yeah.
these episodes.
And this time, my phone didn't die because I charged it before. I'm such a responsible adult.
How much battery do you have?
60%.
Oh,
Can you believe that, love?
that's a lot, love.
Was madness in it. Madness.
It's madness in it, love.
Amazing.
Lucie, behave.
So, Aris, what are you gonna do after this?
After this, I'm gonna go ask my mom to tell me what that zit I have behind my ear is.
Mm.
And then, I don't know. Maybe eat my boogers.
Amazing.
What about you? What are you doing after this?
I feel the urge to consume all of the donuts I bought yesterday. I feel that
What
urge.
flavor?
They're like white icing, like vanilla and sprinkles. It's so good.
Are they Krispy Kreme?
No, they're Asda. But there is a Krispy Kreme at Asda. But it's like, yeah, there's a small stand. But
I
you
thought
need
we
to.
only had them on campus.
No, there's a super small stand. But you need to pay separately, so I'd just rather get the Asda donuts. big debate in the donut community.
The donut Discord.
Can you believe like we
Discourse.
have no Krispy Kremes, we have no Dunkin' Donuts in France? We have no place to buy donuts. It's the worst thing ever. It makes me sad when I think about it. I think if someone acquires a Dunkin' Donuts in France, like I'll be the first person in line.
It's kind of shocking because it's a big thing in Berlin.
And it's a big thing in Germany. Like,
that's what I said.
Oh, what did you say?
I said Berlin.
Oh, I thought you said the UN for some reason. I was like, yeah, I feel like France and Germany are kind of similar-sized country. Like, why do they have it and we don't? I'm so mad. I'm getting genuinely mad thinking about it. I will calm down. But yeah, I want to eat my donuts.
I just wanted donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that Vine?
Huh?
Is that Vine of traffic being like in like they have ice in the roads and a woman is interviewed and she says, "I just wanted donuts."
Amazing. Vine has a quote for every situation.
Who?
Vine. It has a quote for every situation.
I sure hope it does.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope you enjoyed our podcast.
See you next week.
Hope to see you next week.
Bye.
Good night.